I got more to tell you about this resin stuff. It's so exciting. My basement's a messy workshop, and it's not pretty down here, but you're sure welcome. Come on in, and I want to show you how to do really cool stuff like this, and hope that the glitter's not too bad and you can see it, and then you're going to love it. Hi, it's Brenda Sue again. You know, I'm just so excited because I've been experimenting more with the ice resin and doing the colorization over top of the brass. And I know a lot of you took time to look at the video the other day. Thanks for that. But I want to show you some of the things I've done since then. You're going to be so excited too. For example, this raw brass stamping is kind of like a Victorian winged stamping. You might wonder, well, what would I do with that? Well, I painted it with acrylics, and then I resined over top of it after it was dry, good and cured, and then I drifted a little bit of glitter down along the edges. As I did it, I was thinking kind of like how you put salt around the rim of a margarita glass. Kind of that sort of application. And then I let it set up, and as it set up, I drifted a little bit of German glass glitter down into it. And I have to tell you, it's awesome. And then I did some more clusters. I have a whole basket full of them here. Look at all that glitter! Isn't that great? And this particular cluster, I don't know if you can see that, but this is actually 3 little clusters that have been colorized with the acrylic, cured, enameled, with the resin, and then they've been riveted, and then I drifted some more rivet into the middle, and I put some little pearlies down in there. Now what I'm going to do, I don't know, what do you think? I think I'm going to take this, and I'm going to maybe just glue this to the middle here with some E6000. Won't this be an awesome necklace centerpiece? I think so. It'll be really easy to drill out the shoulders here, just, you know, one hole here, one hole. And you can drill right through resin. It's not a problem. You can drill right through it. It's so simple to drill through. And then I'll set a couple of little tube rivets. Maybe I'll make some polymer clay beads that match. I was looking over here because I was thinking maybe I had a few that match, but we'll worry about that later. But isn't that awesome? You can do that. Another thing that I did was I acrylic painted some filigree. Can you see this? I'll hold it against my shirt. Maybe you can see that a little bit better. And I just lost my rivet again. But I just acrylic this, and then I matte sprayed it. I didn't do any resin on it. I think you might be able to get a plique azure type enamel look with it, but I haven't experimented with that, so I'll do it another day. But here's what I'm intending to do. I drilled the center of this because it wasn't pre-drilled. So I use a 332 drill bit. And then I got myself a nice little rivet. In fact, actually, I should put the block on here, the steel block. I'm not going to dry this for lack of time, but I'm going to show you how they stack. This will just go, this little copper nail head rivet goes right through the middle there. Then I have some beautiful acrylic with resin enamel pieces that I'm going to stack on top of here. Now this is a little bit stiff, but that's okay because it'll make a better fit. This one in the blue I'm going to put on there. And then what all I need to do is just take my little driver here and whack it. You know what? Let's just go for it. That's all it took. It's down. As you can see, I'm just learning too. I'm not the best riveter in the world, but hey, it comes along all right. Now it's on there, and I've got this beautiful filigree that I can connect through, and I could make, you know, a necklace, or these could be all connected through these tabs here, and you could make a bracelet. Wouldn't that be awesome? You could do it. You could do it. Now, I wanted to show you these two. Let me get rid of this bench block. These are clusters that I made yesterday, and they are just satin varnished with this clear acrylic matte seal. It looks like, because I did like 3-4 coats, because I don't want this paint chipping. So I really, and these are just so awesome. I'm going to stand up a little bit and get a little bit closer so you can see how awesome these are. And then I'll try to post in a few days some pictures on my blog of close-ups. There's some from last week, but I'll try and get more by the weekend so you can look at them closer. You guys, you're going to be just having such fun, and I do have a lot of this raw brass coming in so that you can play. We do have the copper nail head rivets, which are so easy to set. These are big sunflower stampings. Now this is alcohol ink, which is a little different. You kind of let it run on there, and then you take your paintbrush or your swab or whatever you're doing, just kind of pull it out, pull it out, pull it out. And then I did not do the resin over top of this. I did the matte spray, so it's got a little different look. I might drill this in the middle, add some stuff. Who knows? Here's another cool look. Awesome, right? You could bend this, make a cuff. So many things. We sell this in raw and a couple of plating shades too on the site. But all this is my dabbers. I use this one, the copper one, and the lettuce one. Adirondack acrylic paint dabbers. And I just dabbed it on there and I smeared it out with my fingers so that I got a nice satiny, smooth look. Now here's what it looked like before I did anything to it. Now it's degreased. Remember, you got to degrease or you're not going to have success. And then this is what happened. And it's such a nice, soft, pretty look. And I just matte varnish it because I'm not sure I'd want to do resin on this. Although one day I will try it and have a look at it. So it's really cool. And these are some pieces back here that I did. There's a filigree. Again, these are just matte. I did not do any resin over this. So, you know, if you want a more matte look, you can get it. You know, you don't, but you've got, this is something I found out, you have got to let this paint cure really well, because you know the stuff I did for the video last week, some of it the next morning was tacky. And you know, after 3 days, if it's still tacky, you either didn't mix it right, or it's too humid, or you did not let this paint cure, because you cannot get anything damp under that resin. No way. It's got to be dry as a bone. So remember that. Now I was able to salvage a few of those pieces. In fact, I'll show you one that I salvaged. This one was one that I did last week. And it was tacky, and I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do? So I just thought, well, you know, I'll just try it. So I took and I mixed up another batch of resin, did it over top of it in very thin, and then I put some of my Prisma glitter down in there and some German glass glitter, and I even just drifted some little pearlies into the middle there, and it set up just like glue. Resin's like glue in a way. And I took it out in the sunlight and let it sit on a bench for 2-3 hours. And that gave it a real good start, and it went down through, and now it's great. It's good to go. So I saved it that way. But I think maybe it was a little bit too humid down here. And also maybe I didn't get my mix right. You've got to get 1-to-1 ratio just right. And that's why these little cups are so cool, because it shows you on there 1 tablespoon. You got to hold it up, and you've got to just eyeball it, make sure it's right there. And I think I was reading better to have a little bit more hardener to resin than a little bit more resin to hardener. But best yet, get it straight the same. Some people mix in separate cups and mix together. I don't know, I kind of think it might be a recipe for disaster. It works for them. I like doing it in 1 cup and then gently folding. So one day maybe we'll just do a start to finish and see how it goes. But look at all this awesome stuff I've got in here. You know, I've got my original piece I did the other day. I've got more of these beautiful flowers here. Oh, and this is so easy to do. You guys can do it. I took a piece of UT here that I had let run across the workbench on some wax paper and stamped it. And then I thought, let me see what it looks like with resin. Oh, it's so beautiful. I can't wait to drill it. And then more clusters. Oh, look at this beautiful cluster. You got to see this up close. This is just so awesome. You guys are going to love it. We have all these parts on the site. Maybe I'll do like a lot kit or something for you. We did do a color and patina kit. I have muse boxes now where, you know, some of the stuff in my workshop stash, if you need a little bit of spark of imagination, we'll put those together. You can read about them on the site. But anyway, I'm talking too fast. I've got so much to tell you, but I'm so excited, and I hope you will be too, so you've got to give it a go. Give it a shot. Write me anytime if you have questions or comments, because that's what I'm here for. Have fun!